Hey everyone, this is Sperry, and I wanted to make a video today about a topic that I think will actually be a very polarizing one, will divide people who watch me into two groups, those who think I'm being an SJW for talking about this, and those who maybe agree with me either implicitly or explicitly. And really, I don't care what you believe, that's not really the point of this video. I'm not really looking to preach to you or convert you to my point of view. Rather, I'm just kind of looking to kind of explain where I'm coming from and also kind of the ground rules going forward of what etiquette I will tolerate on my streams and my videos. Mainly my streams, because I'm pretty good at controlling the message in my videos, I'd have to say. I actually went back and looked at all 90 videos on this channel, and I really didn't find anything that I felt like was questionable to me in this regard. So actually, I think the main thing I'm talking about is more for my live streams, actually. And what I'm talking about is that there's been some behavior on my streams recently by both my friends and also just random people in the chat that is things that I don't feel comfortable with being associated with my image. And that doesn't mean I don't care what you do. I don't care what your vocabulary is outside of my chat room. I mean, it's not my job to police you or tell you how to behave as a human being. But if you're going to be in my chat or associated with my stream, there are certain types of behavior that I will tolerate and accept and certain types that I won't. And there are multiple reasons for this. It's partially due to my own experiences with connotations of racism, homophobia, that type of shit. But also, it's bigger than that, and I'll get into what I mean by both of these. So I'll try to keep this kind of short and sweet. I consider the type of videos and streams I make to be a reflection of my image, my brand, not only online, as far as, attracting people in that regard, but also a reflection of me as a human being and individual. Anyone could potentially see this, including any potential employer. I use my real last name when I make these videos, as I'm sure most of you probably know. My YouTube channel, Sperry, is made based on my real last name, and it would be possible for someone, an employer, theoretically, to easily find these videos connected to me while doing a background check. I don't know how likely that is. It's certainly far from being a guarantee, but it is a real possibility, a real legitimate possibility, that my YouTube videos and my stream could be legitimately linked to who I am on a background check for a future interview, somebody looking to learn more about me in that type of regard as far as employment's concerned. And for me, I would definitely be extremely concerned by some of the behavior and the language and the rhetoric I've been seeing on the live streams, partially from people that I've been in calls with, but also partially from people I've seen in chat, to where, like, if I was an employer and I saw somebody that I was looking at, interviewing, and I saw them associated with people who were saying this kind of shit, whether it be verbally or just, interacting with people saying that kind of shit, I'd be very uncomfortable. It would make me apprehensive. I'd be like, hold on a second, this is not professional. This is a HR lawsuit waiting to happen. This is a potential issue, and maybe we can just go in another direction. I legitimately worry about that possibility. I'm not saying it's the most likely, but I make these videos for fun. The last thing in the world I would ever want to ever run into would be somebody actually going to me and saying, your candidate here, Mr. Sperry, he was qualified for this job, but we found some stuff in his background that suggests some potential issues with the climate of our environment of employment, and we might need to pass on him. When I make my videos, I sometimes swear I'll say things that might be edgy, but I don't ever want it to be in a way that, demeans a specific group. That's just my choice. And then that, to me, I don't find that type of humor, pushing those type of boundaries, to be what I would want to associate with who I am. If you're about that, I don't care. There's plenty of people who can pull that shit off, and power to them. That's not me. That's not who I want to be. That's not who I've ever desired to be. And that's not what I'm going to be moving forward. And secondly, honestly, I know that there is an attitude, especially on YouTube, I think, more than any other platform, especially even within a prevalency of a certain portion of my fans where, it's just the edgy, cool thing to do, to make jokes about black people, to make jokes about people of various minorities, make jokes about people who are homosexual. Like, that's just a cool, edgy thing to do because it pushes societal boundaries, makes people feel powerful. It elicits a reaction from the streamer because it's something that needs to be quote-unquote censored. I don't know if people do legitimately just to be edgy or because they actually harbor those feelings. I honestly feel like 99% of people are just being edgelords and they want attention, and they know for a fact that it's going to freak streamers out to see that type of stuff in their chat, either through the audio call, or alternatively seeing it through their chat, because people actually have a strong reaction to that, and they don't, maybe they haven't had those experiences in their own life to see why people have a strong reaction to that shit. They just know that it causes attention and it gets attention and it's the cool, edgy thing to do, so they like to do that. But I can just tell you, even from my own experience, I'm not someone who's personally suffered a great deal of adversity in regards to words hurled my direction. But I've directly had friends, people I've associated with. I can tell you one very specific example. That there was a situation where myself and a friend, we were in a restaurant and there was a person who happened to be black, and there was an altercation between us. It was like verbal, it wasn't like fighting or anything, but immediately after that happened and we got out of the range of earshot of that person, my friend that I was with just went on a barrage of really racial insults, and it felt very personal, and somehow like it just really rubbed me the wrong way, made me uncomfortable. And I've had a couple of experiences like that in my own life too, where especially back in the day in 2012, it was very cool when you disliked somebody to use homophobic racial slurs to describe them. Like, that was just the cool, edgy, hip thing to do, was to demean someone through that type of language. And, end of the day, I don't give a shit what you do in your own time. You can use whatever language you like, tell however edgy of jokes you like in your own damn time. I'm not going to convert you or be the fucking word police. But for me, based on my own experiences, the type of brand I want to create, an image, I don't give a shit if people cuss like I'm doing now, but I really am sensitive to that type of stuff, and I'm going to not tolerate that in any form on the channel in the future. And so, essentially, that's why the CEO maxing can't be on YouTube. Because, in combination, a lot of people I was in a call with just, they made, a lot of people that I've been associated with will just go out of their way to make racial jokes around me because they know that I don't like them. They'll do it when I'm in the call because they think it's funny to make me uncomfortable. We're going to end up on YouTube making Sperry uncomfortable. Or people in the chat will do that shit. And you know what? I don't give a shit if people, you can do whatever you'd like, but simply put, that stuff's not going to ever make its way onto my channel voluntarily, stream YouTube in any form ever again. And for no other reason than it makes me uncomfortable. This is my own fucking channel. I get to do what I want with it, and I'm going to not. That type of content doesn't have a place on here. If you want to use that shit, do it on your own time. Don't do it here, because if you do, it will be removed, and I will now be issuing permanent bans for that stuff without warning, because it seems like there's become a culture where I don't want to have a reputation as a content creator where that's the type of shit I'm known for. I'm fine with being an edgelord in the sake of having edgy opinions, of using charged language, saying fuck, saying shit, being angry. I'm cool with all that. I don't want to be known as the guy who fucking tolerates casual racism, casual homophobia. To me, that's not cool with me. So, that's all I wanted to say. I know a lot of you are probably going to be fucking pissed. Call me an SJW. Call me a fucking loser. Whatever you want, I don't really care. But I figured I should make this video just to clear up that shit is not going to fly in the future. And so, now we're on the same page. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry that I could not post the CEO maxing video I really wanted to, but everyone decided to collectively jump on that bandwagon. It really wasn't one person's fault. In fact, it might have even been largely my fault for allowing it to happen, but that type of shit will not happen again in the future, and we'll move forward. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye. Oh yeah, one closing final thought that I forgot to mention before that I will tack onto the end now. I don't really give a shit about the actual words themselves. That's not what bothers me. It's not specific trigger words. I don't care if someone's creative to avoid using the word. To me, it's more about the message of what's being said. If what's being said is intentionally meant to evoke those feelings, I don't give a shit if it's the actual word or not. That's not what matters to me. It's the actual message behind it. So if you guys go in there and start doing some fucking creative spelling to avoid saying the words or shit, you're still gonna get permits, so don't get fucking cute with me. That's about it. See you guys for real this time.